it's like society looks like it's getting weaker and weaker. And it looks like you've got something different in terms of your to become an entrepreneur, you've got to be quite solid underneath the skin. There's a lot of stuff that you take in every single day that you just walk straight through. Whereas other people, one, two stones come and they're like, no, I'm giving up on this business, or they keep saying no to me. Like, what is that difference in you, you think?
Well, I'll be honest with you. This country is it. It doesn't want entrepreneurs. It doesn't want them. There's everything put in place for you not to start a business, not to help, for you not to start a business. And if you want, the way I see it, and this is only my opinion, I think the government pretty much teach you, or they're trying to teach you from a young age, how your life's going to be. Like, you know, the school teaches the government and you abide by our rules, and that's how it's got to happen. And all your money, we want 40% of it. And I understand tax. I believe I live in a country, and I do, you know, you owe a tax. Do you know what I mean? I owe a duty for that, for living in a country in a beautiful place. I understand it's been going on for years. But what we get charged here is ridiculous. You know, we get bled 40% on personal income tax. It's
Nightmare.
but how that listen now, again, you have to get over that and think, right, well, I'm gonna have to go and make more money then, or I'm gonna make a better business. But you know, people look at this before they even start, and that's why there is a lot of people that don't even start. It's not that they start and failed; they don't even bother. They look and think, oh, forget it. But I do genuinely believe that schools are very much set up like how a lot of people are living outside of school. You know, you abide by our rules, you do what we tell you to do, and it's as simple as that.
Some high profile people say, I want to give my kids the best education, private schooling, extra tuition, maybe piano lessons, give them as much as
Yeah.
possible at a young age, challenges. But how do you also get that balance of, hey, hang on, that isn't everything. Come here. We've also got business, or I want to introduce you to a friend who has a business. How do you get that right balance?
To be honest with you, I believe that the best thing about the education of what you just said about parents want to give their kids the best education, I don't think it really makes a difference between a good school and a bad school. I think wherever you go, they're pretty much going to learn how to read, how to write, how to do maths, which is very basic stuff, which that's all I believe. I think, you know, from then on in, we've got our own mind. We move on to whatever we want to learn or move forward. How many people go through school and actually use what they've learned in primary school, apart from reading or writing, in the industry that they get involved in? Not much. Has Henry VIII ever been brought up to you? Did you get taught him in school?
Yeah.
You did. Okay then. I don't even know some math sums what they have on a board. I couldn't even tell you what they look like. But have you ever come up against a math sign where you've got to do 5 squared?
Simultaneous equations? No, I never used
No,
it before.
we haven't. No, exactly. This is what I'm saying. So you know, we learn to read and write. We learn to do maths, and that's what does set us up for the entrepreneurial world. However, it is hard out there. It's very hard to earn money. Very hard to set up a business. But the things I'm not saying don't do it, but it's hard. It's not that. You genuinely face failure after failure after failure, and then boom, you have some success, and then you go failure, 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 boom, success, because you're adding experience up after all your failures, putting that to good use, and now it's paying off. Because when you're approaching something after you've failed so many times, you're not just turning up as somebody who's failed. You're turning up with somebody who's got 10 times the experience now, you know? So that's why I think persistence is also very good. But go on.
Tell us a little bit about, well, I want a prediction from you now. You said the UK is not going in a good way.
It's not that I'm not saying it's going in a good way. I just disagree. I think that the tax is extortionate here in the UK, and they don't support businesses, and they're not pushing for entrepreneurs. That's all I say. Like, you know, our schools are not set up to make entrepreneurs. Do you understand where I'm coming from? And what you were saying about the best of educations, I never come around to telling you, but the best thing about putting your kid into a private school is not the education they're going to get. It's the network of children that are in that school who are going to grow up, because their mums and dads are going to be pushing their children, i.e. to be doctors, lawyers, solicitors, all people that will become very useful further down your life. Now, I'm not saying you have to make best friends with everybody, but My theory behind being successful is to make yourself successful, make yourself want to be known by people, make yourself useful, and make yourself valuable.